everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's episode, which is, do you really believe that Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley are leaning on each other during their marital issues that they both are having with their husbands? Even though there was a rumor that Dorit was having an affair with Mauricio. Now, we're going to go over what the ladies have to say, and then we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So let's get into it. So this is according to page 6. It says, Dorit Kemsley and Kyle Richards have been leaning on each other during their respective marital woes. As far as Kyle and I are going through issues in our marriage at the same time, which is rather bizarre, we have been very supportive to one another, Kemsley told People on Thursday. While Kemsley acknowledged that the circumstances are not nice, and she feels it has been really nice to have a friend that can understand and that you can lean on and talk to in tough times. She's a very supportive friend, and I'm a very supportive friend to her. She lives close to me, so it's been nice to have her, she continued. Remember, they both live in Encino, not Beverly Hills. Dorit recently explained to page 6 why her marriage to Paul P.K. Kemsley has been in the news after they confirmed they were having a challenging year. So as you guys know, it came out that PK and Dorit have allegedly split, that they've been separated for months, that he now lives in the Beverly Hills Hotel. She lives at the rental house with the kids. He's in London, he's in the UK doing him, and she's been here doing her. And apparently they have been split for a while, which I personally do believe. We've seen the tensions and the fights that they're having on the show. And then now I think this is all a bunch of damage control since the story got leaked before Dorit could control the narrative. And of course, we all know Kyle Richards and Mauricio are separated. He's doing him, she's doing her. I personally don't believe the lesbian rumors, but I do believe the rumors about Mauricio cheating. They've been around forever. Let's keep going. The last couple of years post-home invasion have been very difficult for me, she recently told, referring to her 2021 robbery. We all know, we believe that is a fake robbery for the insurance money. That is our allegation. There's no area of your life that it doesn't touch. And my husband, who travels for work, and he was traveling most of the year, it was the year that I needed him the most. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star admitted that she and PK were disconnected, but not heading to divorce court. That's what they always say right before they head to divorce court. Now, this is the thing. Dorit is claiming that, yes, she's having marriage problems, but they're committed to making the marriage work. Kyle is saying the same thing. We're not divorced, we're separated, right? And they're not really talking if they're wanting to work things out. She's saying she's hurt by Mauricio holding hands with Emma Slater, who is his Dancing with the Stars partner. But then she said that she was the one who initiated the separation. So which is it? Did you initiate the separation because you wanted freedom and space from your husband? Or are you hurt because he got a weird paparazzi shot holding hands with someone after you separated from him? Like, it doesn't make sense, Kyle. Get your story straight. What I also think doesn't make sense is for Dorit to now be in these interviews with People magazine and page 6 saying that her and Kyle are leaning on each other as friends because they're both having marital problems at the same time. I'm calling BS. I don't think that's true. I think that Kyle has been keeping Dorit at arm's length ever since the Dorit and Mauricio cheating rumors made such headlines and was such a big of a deal, because this is contradictory statements. In the last episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dorit was like, me and Kyle, Mauricio and PK, we used to, double date as couples all the time, but now we don't double date as couples anymore. Well, why do you think that? Because there's cheating rumors that you're having sex with her husband, right? And then you can see that there is a tension and a fraction in Dorit and Kyle's friendship. I don't think Dorit ever really liked Kyle. I think she became friends with Kyle and had Kyle as an ally, as a strategic move to stay safe on the show. You know what I mean? But she never really liked Kyle, and she never really had Kyle's back. She was always more loyal to Erica Jane, you know? Whether she really likes Erica Jane or she's just scared of her, that remains to be said, but she's always been more loyal, maybe because Erica Jane has more dirt on her than Kyle does. But watching this season, there's clearly a friction between the two of them, which is understandable with the rumor, right? But I think it's really funny now that Dorit's like, oh yeah, we're leaning on each other, we're there for each other because we're both having marital problems at the same time. And then we also had paparazzi photos come out yesterday of PK and Mauricio are now back all of a sudden being buddy, buddy, buddy. I think they were in Vegas for BravoCon, and there was all of these photos of PK and Mauricio together hanging out, leaning on each other during their marital problems. And I'm like, what in the hell? What in the swingers? What in the group what is going on here? How is it that two couples who has allegations that they are basically not swapping wives because PK and Kyle aren't together, but that one of the husbands, Mauricio, is having an affair with one of the wives, Dorit, and then all of a sudden both couples are separated, both couples are having really horrible marital issues, but yet the two wives and the two husbands are leaning on each other. I don't buy it. I think it's all for a photo op. I think it's all for a storyline. I think it's all for a narrative. I think it's all damage control because people's real feelings always come out. Like when PK was clowning Kyle and Mauricio in the confessional in the last episode, when he was like, yeah, what would really shock Kyle is if Mauricio did something for her. That doesn't sound like someone who's someone's best friend, does it? Yikes. Let's keep going. We remain committed to working through these issues as a united couple for a family, they said in a joint statement on October 25th. Rather, we are focused on healing, making changes, and doing the things that many couples have to do at some point in their marriage. The Kemsleys' close friends and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-star Kyle and Mauricio have also fessed up to having trying times in their relationship. Page Six reported in July that Kyle and Mauricio separated, but they did not initially confirm the news. Very similar to what Dorit and PK are now doing. However, by September, they each finally said it was true. Both couples' relationship issues will continue to play out on the new season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. PK said on camera that he and Dorit had not the best year of their marriage while they struggled to connect during an anniversary dinner. I also think that this is the thing, both PK and Dorit's marriage and Kyle and Mauricio's marriage are facing, very similar issues, which a lot of marriages face. One, the question of infidelity. There have been cheating allegations against Mauricio, against Kyle, and against PK. I'm just waiting for them to come out against Dorit. There's been money problems as well, right? There's been the issue of, PK millions of dollar gambling debt, bankruptcies, questions about fake robberies for insurance money. And then we also have Mauricio facing $35 million lawsuits, $12 million lawsuits, all these different lawsuits left and right with his shady real estate agency, agency called The Agency, right? So, and then there's also the problem of the couples not having sex. Kyle made that very clear. You don't know how many tattoos I have. Maybe you should be paying better attention to my body. They weren't sleeping in the same bed room. And then Dorit talking about how PK is always traveling. He's always in London. He's never there for her. They've been so disconnected. To me, that's code for we're not having sex. He's not around. So both couples are facing infidelity rumors, not having sex, and millions and millions and millions of dollars of financial problems and lawsuits and downfalls. So that's a lot. So they could each be doing the same thing. Kyle and Dorit could be doing the same exact thing, very similar to Erica Jane. Once the finances are coming to light, once the lawsuits are coming to light, let's separate, let's get divorced so we can save the finances. We know that most likely Kyle and Mauricio's new house is in Kyle's name, as well as Dorit and PK, the house they're renting is in Dorit's name. So a lot of the assets are being put in the wives' names, and and the money being shifted over to the wives in case the men get caught up in their lawsuits and their financial fraud schemes. They're trying to protect the money, because at the end of the day, I think that's what's really important to these people, is protecting their fraudulent money and their ill gains at all cost. So there's a lot of very similar things going on between them. Now, do I think Dorit and Kyle are really leaning on each other? No. I think that Dorit was being honest when she said the couples didn't hang out. Just because they're not hanging out couple doesn't mean Kyle and Dorit aren't hanging out. But I don't know. I just don't think a friendship can go back to what it was when there's been so many allegations that your best friend is sleeping with your husband. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think more is going to come out in the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I am enjoying? I hope they address this specifically, not just is Mauricio cheating or is Kyle a lesbian, but I want to know specifically, did Mauricio cheat with Dorit? I need to know that, because PK must also be feeling some type of way. That's his best mate. That's his best friend. And there's allegations that his best friend is sleeping with his wife. That's also a doozy. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. And are you guys going to watch BravoCon? Are you excited for it? Are you going to it? Put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. But before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Bye.